By now, every Canadian man, woman, and child should be completely, absolutely, 100% anti-Trudeau. And if you're not completely, absolutely, 100% anti-Trudeau after everything that's happened, you are a complete moron. You are a dumbass. You are pathetic. You have no use to this country. You're a piece of shit. And with that out of the way, Justin Trudeau is also a terrorist sympathizer and a coward. He comes from a family of terrorist sympathizers and cowards. Justin Trudeau gives $10 million to a terrorist who has done nothing but blow up soldiers and ruin families of soldiers. And then he says that we're not at war with ISIS. Let's take the payout first. Omar Khadr, what's he done to get $10 million? He was treated a little harshly in Guantanamo Bay? Bitch, if you blow up and kill a soldier, I would bash your teeth out with a hammer. And then this idiot gets $10 million? That's because Trudeau is a terrorist sympathizer. He's also a coward. Justin Trudeau says we're not at war with ISIS. He says he's a feminist. He says he's pro-gay. He says he's anti-racist. Yet ISIS is an organization that throws gays off of buildings every opportunity they get. That's the punishment for being gay in ISIS-held territory. The punishment for being non-Islam? You get crucified. You get your head chopped off. You are destroyed, brutalized, completely. You're a woman in ISIS-held territory? You are subservient to the male population. 100%. The whole world is doing their best to fight this vicious organization. And I know that there's some liberal out there who's watching this video saying, and he's smoking his little joint, ISIS is cool, man. ISIS is cool. I'm a loser. I got nothing to live for. I don't know anything about the world. But dude, ISIS is cool. Trudeau is cool. Look at my red eyes. I'm a lazy bum. I don't know anything about the world, but I think ISIS is cool. Yeah, that's how the left-winger. You all are a bunch of dumbass, inbred, subhuman mongrels. I despise people like you. Not just because you're liberal, but because you're so damn stupid. If you can actually think that Trudeau is good and all this stuff, ISIS is good, and all these radical ideas, the rest of the world, United States, England, France, the civilized world is coming down on ISIS. But because Trudeau is a terrorist sympathizer, or an Islamic terrorist sympathizer, and a damn coward, thanks to Trudeau, Canada is pussying out of the fight against the most brutal organization since the Nazis. And despite the media portraying Canadians from time immemorial as a bunch of pussies who pussy out of every fight, overly nice pussies who think that we can solve the world's problems by giving the enemy a hug, a kiss, and a blowjob. Despite the media portraying Canadians like that, Canadians have a big, powerful history of kicking the ass out of terrorists, out of evildoers, and people who destroy the peace of the world. We kicked the Germans' ass in World War I. We kicked the Nazis' ass in World War II. In fact, it was us and Britain for a while. It was actually Canada, Britain, and Australia, and then the rest of the British Empire. Even America wasn't involved until they got their ass beaten up in Pearl Harbor, which was a tragedy. But Canada was never attacked by the Nazis directly, but we didn't have to go to war with the Nazis. We chose to go, especially the English-speaking part of Canada, at least, because the French Quebec elites, not the Quebec people, but the Quebec elites were absolutely determined not to bring Canada into the fight against the Nazis. And that's why I say that Trudeau's family, because they're a part of the Quebec elite, they're a bunch of cowards. They are very completely anti-Canadian. Anybody who says that Trudeau's are the face of Canada, they're idiots. Trudeau's are not the face of Canada. Sir John A. Macdonald and Sir Wilfrid Laurier, they could be called the face of Canada. But the Trudeau's are cowards. They are sympathizers to terrorism and fascism. Pierre Trudeau, when he was in school, he would ride around a motorcycle in Montreal with Nazi uniforms on. He would howl all the. He was completely pro-German. He was pro-German. He did not want to join the British in the fight against Germany. The Trudeaus are a family of traitors to this country. 100%. And now Justin Trudeau is coming along saying we're not at war with ISIS. He can't call himself pro-woman if he's going to allow ISIS to force women of the Middle East to be subservient to the male population. He can't call himself pro-gay and the protector of gays when he's going to allow ISIS to throw gay people off of buildings, and if they survive that, they get crucified and they get their genitals chopped off. There are videos like that all over the place. But the Trudeau family, they're a bunch of cowards. Look online. There are pictures of Pierre Trudeau in German uniforms supporting Germany during World War II. Adolf Hitler. If it was up to Pierre Trudeau back in those days, we would all be in a Nazi colony of Germany right now, hailing Hitler and marching around like a bunch of damn Nazis. That's why I say the Trudeaus are everything that Canada was never supposed to be. We're a peaceful people. Yes, we're nice people, but make no mistake, despite the media's attempts to portray Canadians as weak and overly nice pushovers, we are not that at all. We are not that one bit. We were rough in World War I and in World War II and in Korea. Especially those 3 wars. We were rough like hell. And now Trudeau comes out and says, we're not at war with ISIS and we'll never be at war with ISIS. So thanks to Trudeau, Canada will not be allowed to say that we helped to destroy the world's biggest evil since the Nazis. We can't say that. Just like the Italians can't say and the French can't say that they helped to destroy Nazism, the Canadians are going to be in the history books as chickening out and pussying out of the fight against ISIS, thanks to Justin Trudeau. We have a coward and a terrorist sympathizer running this country. A coward who thinks that we're not going to fight ISIS because, I don't know if it's because they're Muslim or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if they were white. I actually think it's just because he's a big, fat terrorist sympathizer. And that it's as simple as that. Anything Western is somehow oppressive. So, hey, if you're not Western, you can feel free to throw gays off of buildings and cut their genitals off and make women slaves and kill anybody who's not Muslim. You can do that if you're not Western. And he's a terrorist sympathizer because he gives $10 million to a guy, Omar Khadr, who has done nothing but blow up soldiers. Yet when veterans get their benefits cut thanks to Trudeau, it's because we don't have any money. When Lake Simcoe gets the cleanup fund canceled and the money gets withdrawn and we can't clean up Lake Simcoe because of Justin Trudeau, the reason? We don't have money. When wounded warriors get their benefits cut because of Justin the Mac Daddy Trudeau, it's because we don't have money. But when we give Omar Khadr $10 million of our tax money, oh, we have plenty of money for that. And it's because, oh, he was treated a little roughly in Guantanamo Bay. Bitch, if you destroy and blow up a soldier, I am going to take a hammer and bust your teeth out. And I wish they would have done that in Guantanamo Bay. The Americans actually should have killed him for that. But Obama was in power back then, so America went through a pussy phase. I don't care if he's a Canadian citizen. If a Canadian citizen blows up soldiers, they deserve to be tortured. They deserve to be tortured. How dare you? How dare you? Justin Trudeau's a pussy. A ballless, spineless, piece of shit pussy.